Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
So I am 22 years old. I just recently found out that my girlfriend is pregnant, so we are going to be getting married.
Okay.
She is expecting in April. The tricky part here is both of us just signed leases for apartments. Mine is up in May. Hers is up in June. Fortunately, I don't have any debt. She has about $4,000 in credit card debt, and I would assume somewhere around $10,000 in student loan debt.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying to figure out is what is the best way for us to get a home together. Roughly
when's the
around
wedding?
The time. Well, we're planning on in just a couple weeks. Just having us two go get married and then have like a ceremony sometime later down the line.
How soon? Give us as close as a date as possible on when you both sign these leases.
On when we signed them originally?
Yeah, I thought you started the call by saying we just signed leases.
Yep. So mine would have been somewhere around June 10th.
Okay.
Hers would have been July 20th.
Okay.
So about a month or two ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was
So
just
now you're
gathering
saying we need to get out of one of these leases?
What was that?
You're saying you need to get out of one or both of these leases?
Well, either get out of one or both of the leases and find a place together, or find a way that I can pay for a place while we're both in the end of our leases and then move directly into there when they're both up.
I don't understand the urgency to buy a house right now.
Yeah.
You got a lot going on. We got debt to clean up. We're about to get married. There's no need to buy a house. Why not just rent somewhere and you two live there?
Mm-hmm.
Why the house?
I guess to me in my head it just sounded like the better alternative, having a home that we can call ours rather than renting somewhere.
All right, let's talk the numbers here. Let's show you, because I think emotionally that just makes sense to you. Well, I got a baby on the way. I'm getting married.
I'm
need
a family
home.
man now. Time to get a home.
Yeah, so let's run the numbers. I'm gonna dig into these here. So what is your income and what is her income?
My income is about $80,000 a year.
Okay, what does she make?
About 15.
What does she do?
She's a server and she's in school full time.
For what?
To be a nurse.
And have you guys discussed what the school schedule is going to be like with baby on the way? Is she going to pause?
Yep, we've been talking about that. No, she's not going to pause. Her school does offer daycare for her, and we have some family and friends involved.
Okay, so she's not going to pause.
Correct.
So when will she be done?
She will have her associates in nursing next December. That's when she'll be able to get a job.
Okay. December 25.
That helps. So in December, George, she's going to be what would you think her starting salary is going to be? Do you guys know? Does she know?
We're guesstimating somewhere around $70,000 to $75,000.
Okay. So in the not too distant future, looking at 150 plus combined income.
Mm-hmm.
And in the near future, it's closer to 100.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm you guys, as soon as you're married, let's combine finances and let's see if we can knock out this debt and then save up before baby's here. Is that possible?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How much money do you have?
Saved?
Yeah.
Currently about $3,000. I'm looking at selling my truck, so I'll hopefully have around 12.
Do you have debt on the truck?
Nope.
Okay. What are you going to drive instead? You have another car?
I have a car with no debt on it as well.
Oh, great.
Good for you. That's nice. That feels good. So what do you think your chances are getting out of these leases, or one of them? You just need to get out of one. Basically, George and I are saying if you can get out of one lease, you guys just have an apartment and get started with that. There's no need to rush on a house. It's going to give you so many more options.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think your chances
I'm really
are?
not sure what the chances are. I was going to try to have a meeting with the owner of my place and see if we
These
could
are
work
totally
something
different
out
apartments, not the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you know
Completely
about that,
different.
George?
I mean, I've rented many apartments in my day, and what I've found is if you're kind and you work with someone who's actually capable of making a decision over there, probably not going to be the person doing the leases, probably someone above them. They're usually willing to work with you in some capacity, even if it's, hey, I know it's going to cost XYZ to break a lease. Would you be willing to, if I replace myself, would you be willing to waive the fee? Something like that. And so just work with them, and then if they, say kick rocks and pound sand, go work with hers and say, would you be willing to work with us? We've got a baby on the way. We're getting married. We could not plan for all of this life change happening, and we need to get out of this lease. That's what I would do if I was
You
in your
with us,
shoes,
Ryan?
Yep.
Okay. Do you have questions about that? Are you just processing? What's going on over there?
Well, I'm wondering.
Here's the thing: you don't have money to buy a house, so let's
put it
shelf
out.
that.
Put it out of your conscience. No house.
So I'm wondering if neither of our places are exactly optimal for having a baby in them.
You guys
Just
having
why?
a baby wasn't optimal, so optimal's out the window.
Well, I
we
want
got
to
to
dig
figure
into
out
this. What do you
why
mean?
can't a baby live in an apartment?
Why aren't they optimal?
Well, no. Not that an apartment isn't optimal, just ours specifically.
Why? Why?
Bedroom-wise.
What do you mean? How many
animal
bedrooms?
Well, I have 2 bedrooms, but we have 2 dogs as well.
The dogs can freaking
so-
sleep on the couch in the living room. Baby sleeps in the other bedroom. Are you out of your mind? You're going to put the dogs in the bedroom?
No, not the dogs in the bedroom. I just figured the square footage would be a little small for all that.
What? The baby's
So I wondered
tiny.
if maybe getting a bigger apartment, like we get out of one lease.
You know,
get
the
a bigger
baby.
apartment for us both
Okay,
there.
as the dad of a 1-year-old, let me tell you, the baby sleeps in a little bassinet next to your bed
Yeah.
for the first 6 months.
Yeah.
So you don't need a nursery.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, we're not trying to be unkind. I'm sorry. I'm 50 and I've been through all this.
Ken's a
and
curmudgeon.
I have no patience for this kind of thinking. It's not you, it's me. But here's the deal, Ryan. You don't need something bigger. You just need a basic apartment. It's a little teeny tiny baby. You could live in that apartment for 2 or 3 years, even with the dogs. We're trying to save you money.
And maybe down the line, you talk to the apartment and say, hey, is there a 2-bedroom available that's in our budget? And can we upgrade to that with no fees? So this is where we get creative, but the conclusion is not, well, we got to go buy a house even though we're broke. That's not the solution. We got to make sure we have money stacked so that baby and mom are home safe. Then we can push play on the baby steps, knock out the rest of the debt, get the emergency fund. And I think you can do all that. Making $100,000 with very little debt, let's knock it out and get some savings ready.
Can I tell you why I'm so ornery about this?
Tell me.
My mom and dad told me recently that when I was born, we lived in a 1-bedroom, 900 square foot apartment
That's right.
over a pharmacy.
And look at Ken.
Exactly.
You're an uphill both ways kind of guy. I like that about you.
Just say it.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.